Why are you walking away?
So I could sit?
Well, I have to wait for this to boil now. So play it.
Let me get my charger. Come on.
This is courtesy. I have to give Steve Crowder his credit. This is a pretty good expose, and I hate to say it was in Texas. Take a look at this. Put the PC shot on. If we continue to infight, if we have people on our side continue to fall on their sword for Trump, this is going to happen all over the country.
Drag the Kids to Pride event. Organizers promoted it as a family-friendly drag show.
It's glitter, it's fun, and it's a show. It's all for a great cause. It's a G-rated drag show.
Coming out of the closet means when you tell everybody that you're gay. It's something that gay people have to do.
Desmond, you're one of the youngest and first drag queen/kids.
It's come to a world where drag kids actually exist.
And people do ketamine on the couch.
And they all go marching in the big parade.
Anyway, I don't want to. If you haven't seen it, I would strongly advise you to see it. There it is, Steven Crowder. Now, I've criticized Steven Crowder in the past. I have to give him his due on this one. This was a great report, and it exposes that now LGBTQ, at least not all of them, but the institutional LGBTQ is coming out of the closet, so to speak, and is now showing their true colors on targeting children. Targeting children. Y'all want the link to this? All right, let me give you the link. And you see, folks, this is where the bare bones of this issue needs to go in the Republican idea psyche. You see, because traditional Republicans right now, or at least old school Republicans, they go at the LGBTQ from a very boisterous, very what is, quote, deemed hateful in this social justice warrior society in which, these gays, they need to be in jail, they need to be converted to straight, they need to do this, they need to do that. I mean, all this very extremist rhetoric has caused this growth of this LGBTQ nonsense to the point where we can't even criticize LGBTQ and any of their policies that they're trying to promote because we're bigots. And you see, Ron DeSantis has now broke it to bare bones morality. You see, the right can't go at the LGBTQ or people that are gay or lesbian or drag or trans. We can't go at them like this anymore because, folks, regardless of whether you want to admit it or not, most of the Gen Zers, and most for millennials for that matter, but I've read this, most of Gen Zers, like 1 out of 3, have already partaken and experimented with LGBTQ sexual relations, okay? And not to say that every one of LGBTQ is going to be down at the Pride Parade with their pride flag, and not all these folks that are Gen Zers are going to, fall in line with that hardcore LGBTQ thing. I mean, some people are going to experiment, and some people are going to go and, live their lives, get married, have children. But folks, in the back of their mind, they're always going to have that experience. And when you have right-wingers, when you've got folks on the right suggesting that, these gays, they got to, we got to do this to these gays, we got to throw them in prison, we got to throw them in whatever. All this very radical type rhetoric coming from the right only gives fodder to the folks that are on the left promoting these people. So what we have to do as the right, we have to go bare bones with our morality. And one of the things that we do as the right, which is what we all should be behind, is protecting children from sexuality. We should be shielding children from any kind.
Why the hell are you listening to a right-wing radio host? Do you fall in line with his beliefs?
No.
Then why are you listening to him? You realize that's what he is, right?
I know. He was the same guy who said something about Silicon Valley.
Okay, so again, I understand that you want to expand your horizons, but why are you listening to people that piss you off and have no values like you have? Because he's starting in on we have to protect the children. Do you know that's total BS, right? These people are not going around trying to indoctrinate our children and turn them into gay people. Because it doesn't work that way, James. You either are or you aren't. You don't get a choice in this. It's biologically the way some people are. Like, if you're not gay, you find the opposite sex attractive. You find women attractive, right? If you're gay, you don't. You find the same sex person attractive. It's your chemical makeup. It is the way you are. You cannot fix it. It's not broken. He's 100% wrong. They are radicalizing this, and there's nothing to be radical about at all. These are people that just want to live their freaking lives and love who they love. Like Jonathan Capehart, like Pete Buttigieg, like other people that are Rachel Maddow. Every single one of them are gay.
Really?
Yes. Jonathan Capehart that does the Saturday and Sunday shows is gay. He's married to a man. Pete Buttigieg, who is our transportation secretary in the Biden administration, is gay. He's married to a guy. Rachel Maddow is married to a woman. Every single one of them are what? Normal, rational people. They're not going around trying to indoctrinate anybody like, you must become gay. No one is doing that. Not even the drag queens. They just go out and perform in women's clothing. Most of them are men. I don't know if it goes the other way, like women dressing up like guys. It's usually men dressing up like women.
Yeah.
They go out. This is how they make a living. Most of them aren't gay. Most of them just do this. Most of them have families. And are just like me and other people. Most drag queens are not gay. They just...
they just switched their sex.
Well, no, they
Not
like
sex,
performing.
but trans.
They don't switch their sex.
They switched their gender.
To perform.
Yeah. They
That's
switched
it.
their gender to perform. They don't...
That's it. They
Most of
don't
them
actually
are not...
switch their gender.
Yeah, they switched their gender.
They're not trans... They're not transgender. They're just drag queens. They go out, they put on a show, they dress in women's clothes, and they have fun. And most of them are straight. This man is an idiot. I don't know what he said about the bank in Silicon Valley, but they did bail out one bank. Because they wanted the people to get their money. No other reason. It wasn't because it was in Silicon Valley. It was because they wanted their people that were actually in that bank to get their money. And if they didn't bail them out, they wouldn't get their money. Understand? Their money was in that bank. It went under. So the government made sure that everybody got their money.
Sexual suggestions. We should be shielding children from any kind of sexual innuendo. We should be shielding children from this. Anyone against shielding children from sexuality is a groomer and a borderline pedophile. And that's what the right needs to promote. Instead of, because look, unfortunately, you're going to have people do what they want to do. I mean, let's be honest, okay? Let's be honest. Gay, lesbians, trans, it's a perversion, okay? It is not an identity, even though we've transformed it, no pun intended, into an identity. It's not an identity. Okay? How you like to have sexual relations doesn't define you as a human being. Okay? What defines you as a human being is whether you're a nice person, a kind person, a generous person, a loyal person.
That's true.
These are virtues that define people.
That is true.
Okay?
Everything else he said was wrong. That is true. That is an absolutely correct statement.
Not sexuality. Okay? Sexuality
Does not
doesn't
define
you. And you notice that people that define themselves on pure sexuality, that's all they have.
Is that spam?
Probably, yeah.
That's why during the monkeypox pandemic, which we're still having, by the way, the reason it
Wait, we still
exploded
have that?
was...
I don't know. When did he make this video?
This was like September 2nd, 2022.
Okay, yeah. Last year. No, we don't have monkeypox anymore. But you know who they blamed it on? Gay people. The right wing turned around and said gay people started this. They said the same thing about AIDS. Before
Because
they knew
of
anything about AIDS, they
Pride
blamed it on
Month.
gay people.
And what is Pride Month? It's pure sexual debauchery. There's no love. There's no, oh, I just want to love. I just want to have a partner that's the same sex so that we can live monogamously and have a life and have a house. And no, that's not how it is. The majority of the LGBTQ are, I hate to say this, folks that are sexually promiscuous to the 1,000th power.
That's a lie.
And you see the...
That's a lie. That is 100% a lie. They are not promiscuous. That goes back to the freaking 70s when AIDS first came out. That the reason that AIDS was being transmitted so frequently about gay people is because they just run around and have sex with anybody. No, they don't. If you knew anybody or anything about gay people, you would know that they don't do that. They are just like me and you. And if you're a whore, you're going to be a whore no matter what. If you're going to sleep around, you're going to sleep around whether you're gay or straight. So a lot of people can be promiscuous. It doesn't just happen to be because you're gay. That is a stigma that you put on a group of people because that's what you believe.
Reason that all they do at Pride is do sexual perverted acts in front of everybody is because those folks that are there are defining themselves 100% based on their sexuality.
That's a lie.
And that's all there is to it. All right? And what I'm saying is, and look, there's somebody in here saying that I'm trans, and how dare you? Hey, your reason you're upset is because instead of understanding that, how you like to screw doesn't define who you are, even though it obviously does to you, then yeah, get the hell out of here. All right? I don't care if people...
Either. Like I said, he is clumping everybody in together, and it's not funny.
Are homosexual. I don't care if people are lesbians. I don't care if people are trans. I don't. But when you start trying to spread that sexuality to children, that's where gay, straight, lesbian, everybody should be against that. We should be against this. I mean, I remember once upon a time when I was growing up as a young child, I never was exposed to any kind of sexuality or even hetero. I mean, back in those days,
and that's the problem.
The parents...
Can I explain something to you real quick? That is the problem. Because most people don't teach their children about this stuff. So they wind up ignorant like this mofo. What have I taught you since I've realized that you can actually understand things? What have I always taught you? I don't care what you are, just be a good person. And we won't have an issue. And if you're not being a good person, I'm going to call you out on it, right? That is what I've told your sisters. That is what I told you. That is my rule of thumb. Do not treat people like they are beneath you. No one is beneath you, whether it's the color of their skin or anything else. People are people. Gay people are gay people. It doesn't matter who they love. No one is trying to groom your child. No one wants your child to be gay. They don't care. You know what they want? They want you to leave them alone and let them love who they love and get married to who they want to get married to. No one is indoctrinating your child. They say that about Democrats. They were pedophiles and groomers. All Democrats. They don't care who you are. If you're a Democrat, you're a pedophile and a groomer. That is a slap in the face. Those people disgust me. People that actually do that and prey on children. It's disgusting. And usually it's a family member that does it. That grooms the child to be their sexual partner when they're like 5, 6, 7 years old. Isn't that gross? Yeah. Usually it's an uncle, a relative, aunt, an uncle, somebody like that. In your family that does it. He is 100% wrong about the LGBTQ community. Trust me, I know because I worked with a gay couple. When I was in my hairdressing days, when I first got my first job. Joseph and Scott. They were the nicest people you'd ever want to meet. They were funny when they fought, though, because they fought just like regular people. Except Joseph was a sassy pants. So when he used to get mad, he would be like, you know, one of these things. But he was the sweetest person.
To shield their children from this type of nonsense so that they can keep their innocence as long as they can. I mean, that's what makes a childhood. That's the prerequisite for a sane life. And this is why I'm going back to DeSantis, folks. We have to back him up because he's giving us ideas in which we can counter the argument that we're bigots. We're not bigots. I'm not a bigot.
Yeah, he is.
I don't care if you're a sexually promiscuous LGBTQ person. I just don't want you to do it in the arena of children, in front of children,
None of your
in
business.
schools. Leave the children
None
alone.
of his business.
I mean...
And it's just not that. He just came out the other day and said Disney is sexualizing children. Can I ask you how Disney is sexualizing children? Disney has been around for how many years?
Since like the 1950s.
Yeah.
Or...
And they've been in Florida since the 60s. And all of a sudden, they're sexualizing children. Get the fuck out of here. Him and Ron DeSantis can go dig a ditch together.
Prerequisite
This is
for
what I
a
don't
sane
understand.
life.
Why do you want me to hear these people? You know my reaction. They're all a bunch of fucktards. Every last one of them. Leave these people alone. Let them do what they've been doing. They've had drag shows
They to
in
be shut
Florida
down.
for years.
Screw this. I'm going to make
All
the
of a sudden,
decision.
it's a problem because Ron DeSantis said it's a problem.
Open up the state
Well, go ahead,
amidst
you
all
idiot.
this
Run for
nationwide,
president.
worldwide lockdown BS. I'm not going to have any mask mandates. I'm not going to have any vaccine
Yeah,
mandates.
but it's okay for
and
people to tell us what to do with our bodies. Note, he didn't say anything about that.
Everybody in the mainstream media tried to suggest that because Florida has such a high rate of elderly people that there were going to be a massive amount of people dying. Didn't happen.
It did happen.
Didn't happen. And
It did happen.
It takes
They had
balls
the
to make a
highest
decision
death
like what
rate.
DeSantis did.
For months, it was Florida and Texas. This
It
guy
takes
is an
balls.
idiot.
Trump couldn't do it. Trump couldn't do it. As a matter of fact, lest we forget, not only did he sign Operation Warp Speed, not only did he shut down the country, all right, not only did he shut down businesses and put people in their homes like they're political prisoners, lest we forget, we all wouldn't give two rats' asses about that half-pint piece of pepperoni up the anal passage garbage named Anthony Fauci if it wasn't for Donald Trump. Every time Donald Trump came out for some damn press conference, he had this little half-pint piece of satanic elf crap come out. Yes, we're going to have to shut down everything. You're not going to be able to see your family this Christmas. You're not going to be able to celebrate Thanksgiving. You need to stay home. You need to do what I tell you because I am the medical dictator.
Dr. Fauci saves millions of lives. And not just during COVID. This fuck couldn't probably put two sentences together when it came to scientific research. Dr. Fauci was the one that came up with things to help the AIDS people. He's the one that got that under control. I didn't know that until COVID hit. I had no idea who Dr. Fauci was. It turns out Dr. Fauci is pretty dang important to us.
Thanks to Donald Trump, I'm usurping power, and then you got to listen to me. I'm Anthony Fauci. I mean, seriously, dude. The only reason we know Anthony Fauci is because of Donald Trump. We wouldn't know this guy had Trump not put him on a pedestal every time he came out to talk about this ridiculous COVID-19 nonsense. So that's why I'm saying, folks, all of you people that are for Trump, you people have literally drank the leftist Kool-Aid, and you people are worshiping a cult of personality that once upon a time used to be...
Isn't. He's worse. Go ahead.
A leftist thing. It used to be a prerequisite to be a leftist. To worship and idolize a bunch of morons like Marx, like Lenin, like Mao, like Pol Pot, like Ho Chi Minh. Give me a break! Give me a break!
Who are they?
Really bad people. Lenin and Stalin, Germany. He talks about leftist Kool-Aid? He better stop smoking whatever the hell he's smoking and stop snorting fucking heroin because he's lost his brain. It's gone.
And look, okay, all of you folks that are out there that are pro-Trump, I ask everyone out there now, today, that is still pro-Trump, what does Trump stand for? What is his ideas? And not one of them can say a goddamn thing. The only thing they can say is, my election fraud. My election fraud. That's it. Where are the ideas? Where are the ideas?
Oh, because Ron DeSantis has ideas, right? Sure he does.
No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't. And not to mention, this is the same guy, mind you, who called Gen Zers, fuck, I can't think of it. Honestly, I don't even care what he called Gen Zers. Oh, wait, he called us ignorant.
He called you what?
He called Gen Zers ignorant, and I was like, no, we fucking aren't. No, we aren't.
Party of the Republican Party used to be. It used to be a battle of ideas.
No, it wasn't.
No, it wasn't. It never was.
It was never a party of ideas.
No, it wasn't.
I'd buy that for a Hey, what's up, gay bitch?
James, I would suggest you stop watching people like that before your brain gets bored.
With intelligence, with training, with cooperation, with sanctions against Russia, with cyber defenses, with the...
Let's put it this way. Come here, I want to show you something. Nicole Wallace. Nicole Wallace. David Jolly. This guy. Joe Scarborough.
Are gay.
No. They were Republicans. They are no longer Republicans. They left the party. What does that tell you?
That not everyone is a scumbag.
What does that tell you about the Republican Party? It's done what?
Nothing.
Yeah, and it's also fallen from grace. At least what they thought it was. Because it was never that.
Good morning, Ghost. Glad you're alive. Chilling in the unemployment line, listening to your.
Can't just be erased by the whim of an autocrat. And so if Ron DeSantis,
You want to finish or?
No, I don't want to finish because the guy's an idiot.
Fundamentally don't understand